It's a significant win for the 2S LGBTQ plus community.
The Supreme Court of Canada has thrown out a defamation suit against the former president of the BC Teachers Federation, who spoke out against a controversial former school trustee who made comments considered derogatory by the 2S LGBTQ plus community.
Lawyers who worked on the case say the decision is groundbreaking on several levels.
I would say it gives protection to those individuals, that they don't need to fear that they will be sued for defamation if they're speaking out in defense of a vulnerable group in society.
In 2016, the BC government launched SOGI 123, a program that helps teachers instruct students about sexual orientation and gender identity. Soon after, former Chilliwack school trustee Barry Neufeld started making statements online criticizing the initiative. Former BCTF president Glenn Hansman, who is gay, called Neufeld's comments bigoted, transphobic, and hateful.
In response, Trustee Neufeld filed a defamation suit against Glenn Hansman, the president of the BCTF at that time.
The top court ruled on Friday morning Hansman's right to freedom of expression to speak out against discriminatory and harmful speech needed to be protected.
And I think anyone who's been following this subject can see there's been a rapid proliferation across the country of hate-motivated speech online, protest, threats of violence directed against the queer and trans community.
Human rights lawyer Dustin Clout represented advocates in the case and says this was the first Supreme Court decision that addressed discrimination against trans and non-binary individuals.
The court went to great lengths to educate the public in terms of what is gender identity, what is gender expression, what is transgender, what is gender dysphoria, on a basic level defining these terms. And further, the court went as far as to say that there's still a lot of progress to be made for this marginalized group.
As for educating kids and teens on sexual orientation and gender identity, the current BCTF president says the SOGI 123 program is successful.
I think the problem is that there is a small minority of people within some communities who still don't understand it, who still think it represents something it doesn't, and who have some very odd views about it and are pushing back hard on it.
In Vancouver, Kier Junos, City News.